our beliefs showed up for you. So raise your hand. We've got a mic that's going to be coming around to you. Sorry, I'm just looking at Vanessa's costume. It's so good. Okay. All right, so where did this show up for you? I don't think they want to raise their hands. Okay, I'm just going to say success because this is results through people right here. Shout out to the leadership team for dressing up today and being really good sports about it. I love that so much. All right, so tell us something good. We want to hear about what's happening in your life, personal or professional. What is something good that has happened?
Well, while I'm standing up,
Debbie.
Shannon was nice enough to go look at this condo that I just listed this week finally and give me a price opinion because this is one of, I'm a magnet for those deals. So it's one of those. So I appreciated her taking the time to do that.
That's awesome. I love that teamwork. That's phenomenal. That's culture in our belief system right there. We got one more. Tell us, what's good?
So I'm brand new, and
Tell us your name.
I'm Caitlin Hurst. I've been here for about a week now, and I'm doing my first open house on Sunday, and I'm very excited. So if anybody has an open house that I can shadow and just see how it's done, I'd really appreciate it. Hit me up. Pardon?
Where is it?
It's in Ackworth.
Okay.
So.
And I got to tell you, because this is a family affair, which I love. So Shelly Woody actually reached out and introduced us to Caitlin. And then she is going to be holding Bailey Craig's open house on Sunday. Yes. So I love that we are stronger together as a family. And welcome. Y'all, she's already doing the work. She literally just came in and is already doing the activities, which is amazing. Any other good news that you want to share with us, personal or professional? Yes, Deanna.
I'm so excited. This Saturday I get to show 57,000 houses, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Way to do the work, my friend. Well, Vanessa, I think you've got some good news for us as well.
I do. I want to congratulate our amazing Ignite class, fall 2024. It was an amazing class. We had a lot of fun. Who here was in Ignite? Raise your hands. Woohoo!
Congratulations.
All right. Showed up, participated. Amazing energy. And a special shout out to Karen, who participated yesterday in the hot seat for your business goal setting workshop. Amazing workshop, amazing participation. Incredible, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, V. Jill, what you got for us?
The goal setting class yesterday that was taught by Cara was truly, it was awesome. It provided so many tools and insights and sitting down and really thinking about the things that matter to you before you start the plans. I cannot recommend it highly enough. This is like your total wheelhouse. And I think you definitely made an impact yesterday. So
Thank you. I appreciate y'all. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate, so raise your hand. Were you in yesterday's goal setting class? Love that. For those of you that are there, would somebody share just an aha or a takeaway that they had? Nanette, she's like, me, coach.
You don't have the
me."
microphone, Nanette.
Oh.
This lady right
Yeah. Oh, you took mine.
for getting in the hot seat yesterday and
Y'all-
being proud. And she's a new agent, and she's got a 411 and a GPS, and she's got shit going on.
Thank you, Nanette and Corey. Y'all, I gotta say, so for those of you who didn't make it, we went through a ton of tools yesterday, and part of the experience was actually bringing up, I know it's freezing. Hi, can we let Luis know it's freezing? Madeline, help, it's so cold. Can we tell him? Thank you. I'm like in my little dress here, and it's so cold. So let me tell y'all, we did goal setting yesterday, and we went through core values, we went through GPS, we went through 411. Y'all, we went through a lot of things, and it was transparently a very vulnerable experience for people. And at the same time, we had 2 volunteers that came up, and they opened up their thought process, they opened up their challenges, they leaned straight into it. And so I really want to give a shout out, Karen and Jill, both of you, you really, thank you so much. Awesome. And now our culture committee, if somebody wants to talk to us about our coat drive, feel free to jump on the mic.
So as we mentioned last week, that we're holding a coat drive, and it's not just coats, it's scarves and gloves and winter accessories. Bring them here to the office. You can knock up. You can you can hit up your clients and ask. This is a great touch for your clients.
That's Valentine's Day. This is Halloween.
Yeah. You can ask your clients to participate. It's a great touch, and then the box is in here in the front desk, and we're collecting through November 13th. 15th. What? Slightly
Gently
used,
worn.
gently worn, but clean.
Good condition.
Clean. Yes. All what size?
Large sizes are needed. Y'all, thank you so much, Shannon, and our entire culture committee. Because here's the thing, I know that we're going through a tough season, right? It's spooky in and of itself, but there are folks who are in need far more than we are, and so anything that you can give, I know, would go a very, very long way this winter season. So shout out to our culture committee.
I do have a question. Yes. What about like throw blankets? Yes.
But I want to talk.
What was it?
What about throw blankets?
Yes, that's perfect. You can do blankets, coats. They'll take anything. It's all free that they're going to give to people that are passing through the church. Yeah, but remember, the most important thing is this is a touch, and a touch means that you should be texting, you should be calling, putting out an email. There's an actual social media that we have on Mission Control that Steven's made, just like that you can text your clients. That's the whole purpose. And it's it's something easy to text them about. It's not selling them a house. It's saying, hey, could you help us out? Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Love
I
that.
just posted it on my Facebook neighborhood, chat thing.
Love that. Okay, so perfect. Thank you for being on top of that. We're excited to help a lot of folks this winter. Additionally, do me a favor, save the date, take a photo, write it down, put it in your calendar. Now is the time to do it because our Thanksgiving feast is something that we do every year, and I'd love if someone from the Culture Committee does want to jump in and talk about it as well, because this is actually one of my most favorite things that we do. Shelly, do you want to talk about it?
I don't.
Yeah. Today is just a fun day.
I think that we're going to eat that day. We're going to eat. And from what I understand in the past, lunch is catered by Cornbread and Caviar, and you can sign up to bring in homemade dessert or a bought dessert. It doesn't matter.
So we do an awesome dessert contest. So we
there's
would
a dessert contest.
Yeah, we want you to bring in dessert.
What's the prize?
Well, we will see. And bring in your dessert to find out. And it's amazing. So always prefer when you can cook something. It also helps us get to know you a little bit. I will tell you, you're going to have stiff competition. Shh. Because Jessie Kessick makes the most incredible cake, and I call it crack cake. I don't know what it's called, but that's just what I call it because it is so good. However, bring in your dessert, and we actually turn this entire room into like tables, and we sit together as a family, y'all. And I will tell you, we actually go around and we say what we're grateful for. And it's our version of a Thanksgiving feast, and it's amazing. So that's going to be in place of team meeting on the 20th. So it's the week before Thanksgiving because we know a lot of you go away. And we really hope that you can come, put it on your calendar. It's a really, really special day here. Okay, so let's see what else we got. Oh, the match game, one of my favorites. Okay, so for those of you who are new, every week we talk about what's going in the market. And one of the things that we do best is we partner together. We heard that with Caitlin, right? So now we're going to talk about any listings that you have coming up, coming soon. Even if you've got a price improvement, now's a great time to talk about it because we're going to see if we can make a match for you and find a buyer here in the room. And then afterwards, we're going to go buyers. And I want you to tell us what you're looking for your buyers, whatever it is. Even if it's that unicorn, you never know who has it, all right? So hands up high if you've got a listing that's coming on the market, or we're going to go to Nanette first. And then let's get hands high because it's a little bit dark and spooky in here. And Stephen will come find you.
This listing is going live this Friday. It's in Dunwoody. The price is $565. It's 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 5'4" and a door, typical Dunwoody. Talk to me about it. We're going live on Friday. New paint, interior, exterior, done a lot of work, 6 months.
So give us
4807 Cambridge Drive. 4807 Cambridge
and
Drive.
then again, bed, bath, square feet, and price.
2.5, I think 2208 square footage, and the price is $565.
That's great. Okay, so if you've got a buyer, please reach out
I think
to me.
Ayala did. She ran out of the room.
That's good. Maybe she went to go call them. Hey, I got a house for you. I love that. Any other listings coming on the market that we need to know about? Shelly? And forgive me because I'm using the other mic, so we're a little bit slower today. Hi, Shelly.
Hi, I have a listing. I'm doing professional photos on Friday. It's a cabin up in Blairsville, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I don't know the square footage, but I believe it's just shy of 2,000. We'll be listing at 400,000.
Love that. And is that something where you
56
see
Daydream Court,
56
Blairsville, Georgia.
Is that, now tell me, is that where you would see it as a good investor opportunity?
Absolutely.
And the price on-
Airbnb. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. I was going to say, with a street address like that, that's pretty great.
Yeah. 56 Daydream Court.
Love that. Okay. Any other listings? Thank you, Shelly. Any other listings that we need to know about? Coming soons? Price improvements? Okay. I just heard a Wookiee. Okay. Moving on. Buyers. Who's got a buyer need that they need to talk about? Maybe we've got a listing coming up or someone that is waiting in our pipeline. Any buyer needs? Y'all, this is a first. Oh, yeah. Jill, go ahead.
I've got something really spooky.
Ooh, can't wait.
I've got a buyer looking between 250 and 300. I know. Hold on to your hats. In Stone Mountain, which is doable. So if you have anything coming up in Stone Mountain, these are like good friends of mine, first-time buyers, and they're very motivated and well qualified. And if you've got anything coming up in like Decatur, Stone Mountain area, please keep me in mind.
What about Lithonia?
Lithonia, potentially. We'll talk.
Okay, perfect. Let's see if we can't make a match here in the room. I love that. Terrence? That's a good clarifier. Has to be. Y'all, Terrence Candace is in bold right now, taking listings like a boss, and so I have a feeling he's going to go and find you a house. Which is pretty amazing. Yeah. No pressure. All right. Any other buyer needs? Any other unicorns? Anything like that? Okay, interesting. So, y'all, I will tell you, we do this every week, and we usually have at least 5 to 6 buyers. We're going to talk about the market here in just a little bit, because I want to hear what's going on with buyers and sellers, because I'm feeling a little bit of a lull at the moment. So, take a look. Thank you, Michael New. He's put together all this data from the last few weeks to give you a sense of where we are and give you a more realistic snapshot. What do you see? Slowing down. What tells you that it's slowing down? I got days on market, inventory. Fewer closings. Yeah, price has gone down a little bit. Yeah. It's interesting too. What do we think it is right now? Because we had a moment where, okay, we felt like it slowed down, and then it picked back up for even just like a few weeks, and now it's starting to slow down again. What do we think it is? Let's talk about this. Hold on, we're gonna get a mic up here to Terrence, and then over on that side of the room.
Hello. So I keep hearing election whenever I'm talking to people. So they're nervous about doing something. Well, we'll wait and see until the election. So that's what I keep hearing.
It's interesting. For our agents as well who are tenured in the room, if you had a client that said they were waiting until the election, what's something that you could ask them to help them get off the fence? Corey, back of the room, we're going to give you a mic.
Well, Mr. Buyer, what do you know about being in a market where everybody decides to jump in at the same time for the same reason?
Yeah, because here's the thing. Statistically, the election should have absolutely no bearing on whether or not somebody needs to buy a home, right? So it's interesting. Now, safe space, are you feeling any kind of hesitation because of the election? Are you feeling that in your life? Are you holding off on any big decisions? No. So why do we think clients are? The media? I want to hear from you, seriously. Because here's the thing, if we can't have this conversation, then how do we help our clients move forward? your clients will stay where they are. Yes.
The media puts a huge bearing on economical problems during election season, but the thing that people don't really take into account is that the new president, whoever it may be, doesn't get into office until January 1st. If you wait until January 1st, like nothing's going to change from November 5th to January. If you want to wait that long, then you can, but the house is going to be gone.
Can we just talk about this? This is like a week in the business, y'all. Can we please give her some serious love? Amazing. If this is the future of real estate, I think we're good. I think we're really good. Okay, so here's the thing, y'all. It has nothing to do with your politics. Jill, we're going to come to you. But again, if you are not moving your clients forward, and I'm just going to tell you, there's only two things. They're either going to stay where they are, or somebody else will. And it might be Caitlin, because she's coming for you. Jill, what you got?
So I think it's, there is a lot of opportunity in this market right now for buyers, right? The buyer pool's a little bit smaller. There's not as much competition. 2 out of my 3 listings that are under contract are with buyer contingencies to sell their current home first. And every agent I am working with right now is busting their butt to make a really good deal happen for their clients. And they are ending up being win-win situations. So I think there's a lot of opportunity for buyers in this market right now. And if we focus on the opportunity versus, when the buyer pool is a little bit larger and you're going to be facing more competition, let's focus on how you could benefit from this market right now.
I love that. Can I ask you a follow-up on a seller question? So knowing that, and y'all heard this, right? Contingent offers, it's a thing, right? We're not in a market where we're like, no, we don't consider a contingent offer. What does that conversation sound like with your sellers in setting expectations for the fact that they might be getting a contingent offer and it's okay?
Mm-hmm. I think it has a lot to do with the information we get from the agent on the other side and being able to offer assurances. One thing that we've done on one of them is get a temporary occupancy post-closing that will give them a buffer if for some reason something happens, they will not have completely moved out of their home.
Oh, I love that. So they're not going, okay, well, we're going to make the plans and call the moving company, and then on the day of, and then maybe a week before something, or whatever the timelines are, and now they're stuck.
There's a lot of earnest money in play on the other deals as well.
Love that.
And the agents have offered a lot of assurances and provided all the information we needed. So again, everyone's working really hard to make it happen and make everything buttoned up tight. And I think everybody in this market is willing to work with that, especially if a seller's home has been sitting on the market for 30 to 60 days. They are more likely to, the other thing we've been able to do is because of the contingency, negotiate a higher price for our offer.
Love
so
that.
even after 60 days on the market, we're still at asking price.
That's fantastic. Did y'all hear that? That's phenomenal. Eric Benjamin, we're going to come to you. Jill, I'm so glad that you brought this up too, because again, the market doesn't always have to be hot, hot, hot. We've got 9 offers. There's still ways to find the win-win and get the best price for your clients. So I appreciate you sharing that. Eric, what you got for us?
If you're going to do any contract contingent on sale, please talk to an experienced agent and get our take on it and feedback on it, because it is fraught with peril if you don't do it right.
So again, and that's why if you've got a coach, if you've got somebody that you get to partner with, find that person and go, hey, what should the stipulation look and sound like, right? And you can always partner with a closing attorney. We have phenomenal partners here. But I think it's interesting because what I'm hearing from you, Jill, and what I'm hearing from agents that are doing business right now is that, number one, you got to just do the work, okay? I'm just going to say it because I love you, and I'd be remiss if I didn't. You have to do the work. I am going to love you hard, absolutely. The thing is, y'all, it's not enough to kind of do it. And it's not enough to put your toe in the water and say, you know what, I'm going to do it a little bit. You have to go all in and be all in. Because you know what, when you find an agent like a Jill, for example, who's going to go all in, if you can't match that, how much do you think that the best of the best agents are going to want to work with you? And when the market shifts back and we get that demand again, how much do you think they're going to look at your offer when that comes in the next time around? Your reputation is being made here. Nanette, what you got?
And it goes back to being creative. You can't just look at every situation as, it's either black or white. It just can't be that way. You've got to be creative in how you're going to either help your buyer or help your seller. I've got a seller that's I got you beat, Jill. 230, 238, maybe 240, maybe, and we need $8,500 in closing costs, and so it's crazy. So we've got to really be creative. And she's FHA, and anyway, we have to be creative, or we will not find her a house. But we will find her a house because there are ways to talk to other agents to get them to to help us out. So I love the idea. If you're a newer agent, talk to somebody and say, hey, I've got a situation. What other angles do you know of? It's not just what you learned in school or what you just think. It's not always the traditional contract.
I love that. Again, yeah, there's more than one way to do business. And with the market shifting, and here's the thing, we were in a different market a month ago than we're in today, right? Like, we are literally week by week looking at the data and realizing that even if the data is similar, y'all, the feeling changes. There's a tangible and intangible. And I would invite you to embrace the intangible, because that's literally now is the time to deepen your relationships. And it's not just with your clients, it's not just with your database, it's also with your agent database. I'm telling you right now, when you look up in the new year and you've got something that you need, those are the agents that are going to come to you and say, hey, by the way, it's not even on the market yet, but I've got something for you. Do the same thing, right? Give that courtesy call and take this winter time to double down on your relationships. Does that sound like something that we can do? Yes. Does that sound like something we can do? Yes. Okay, I love it. All right, let's keep going. Now, it is so important that you are the economist of choice, that you are educating your clients. And like we heard, that the media is not the teacher for your clients. Again, if it's not the media, it's another agent that's going to get in your client's ears. So I want you to scan the QR code, save the date, put this in your calendar. We have our quarterly stats event coming up, Market Matters. It's at City Springs, just 5 minutes away. It's going to be from 9 to 12. We'll probably get done around 11:30, but I just say 12 to be safe. You do not want to miss this. And I got to give a shout out to our creative team, specifically Steven, because he has put together a PowerPoint of all of this data, the social shares, the information, the things that you can quickly text over or put in your newsletters. And if you are not using this, I say this with love and respect, shame on you. Use this. Seriously, there is a reason why our team pores over this data and puts together, hands down, the best presentation of stats in the entire state. So make sure you join us on November 12th. That's coming up. So not next week, the following Tuesday. And that's going to be at City Springs. Got it?
Can I add something to
Yes.
So this had been... Hi. Market Matters used to be called something else, but we've been doing this since 2007. So just think about all the amount of data that we have that we can share that had been looked at in the past, and how we can extrapolate that for the future for our clients, and how much value you can bring to your clients with all this data that had been compiled. So yes, you can have just the presentation and you will get it, but when you see it, you hear it, and you hear people's comments about it, it's just easier for you to explain it to your clients afterwards. So don't miss it.
Love that. Thank you so much. Vanessa, right behind you. Steven?
Did you all know that there's a grab and go from the slides, presentations, just real quick slides that you can go into? Come see me afterwards and I'll show you how to get it.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach Vanessa. All right, let's keep pushing. So now we have, did anybody get some homemade food today? Yes! We love having Drew here because he brings us the most delicious food. So Drew, come on down. We're going to give you the mic because we got some friends on Zoom that can't hear you. Here you go.
You know, I hate the microphone. I got 4 kids. I yell loud enough usually. Okay, so for the new agents, I'm happy to help whatever you guys need. Just give me a call. You're doing a walkthrough. What's that? Who are you? Oh, House Call. Sorry, I'm Drew with House Call, the owner of House Call. Any new agents or any seasoned agents, you know, we're happy to help. Whatever we can do, we can do. So a couple things about my company that we're starting new that we think are some really good assets to have as a home inspection company. We're doing price repairs for your ATAC. We've talked about that before. It's a great little service. That way you don't have to run around and find, you know, a roofer, electrician, a plumber, and all these other people that never show up anyway, and give you some exorbitant price. So we'll try and help you out with those kind of things. We're offering that on every inspection now. Of course, we cover the entire state. We're opening an office in Savannah. I've already got an office in Columbus. So we're big on military, obviously. So we do a lot of tunnels to towers, a big donation to that every year. So that's one of our big pushes also. Let me talk a little bit about doing radon. Everybody needs to be doing a radon. It doesn't matter if it's a slab, a basement, or a crawl space. It's all there. Okay, I have people call me all the time and say, "Oh, it's a slab house. I don't need to do a radon. I don't have a basement." That's not true. Make sure you get those things done. For a few $100s, it's worth it. About 30% of the time, I get problems with radon or high levels of radon that has to be mitigated. Okay. Secondly, sewer scopes. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so many problems with sewer scopes now. Probably 70% of the time that I run a sewer scope, and for those of you who don't know what a sewer scope is, that's taking a high-resolution camera from a clean-out or a toilet, going all the way through that lovely 4-inch sewer line, all the way to either the septic tank or going to the city connection. And by God, at 70% of the time, I'm finding something wrong. And if a plumber shows up to your house, it's going to be minimum of $3,000 or $4,000 to dig a hole. Okay, if you got to have the whole line replaced, like an old terracotta line or an old cast iron line, it's going to be huge. Yeah, it's very expensive. Secondly, another little point: roofing. Insurance companies are just going crazy about not insuring people. If they're sending drones out now, and they just send a drone out, they find one little lifted shingle, they're calling their client saying, "We're going to cancel you in 30 days if you don't get a new roof." So it's getting bad. So if you come up on a house that you're buyers thinking about buying, make sure you get that roof inspected by a roofer. Okay, we can tell you what's wrong with it, but again, we're just an inspection company. You really got to get somebody out there, especially it's a 3-tab. Everybody know what a 3-tab roof shingle is? That's a smoother roof. Okay, architectural shingle's got the stack look, so that at least is a 35-year shingle. Okay, so I've tried to give you a few little points about house call. We are basically a one-stop shop. Call us, we take care of everything. We do termite layers. We do the inspection. We do a termite inspection on every single inspection. We do a mold inspection on every single inspection. Okay, we have lots of programs, lots of things we offer. I'm happy to use you. I'm happy y'all can use us. If you've got your preferred inspector, awesome, love it. I love the loyalty. I've got some folks who've been with me for 10 years. But if I can be your second man in line, I'd love to be that. Okay, because we do cover the whole state. Maybe your go-to guy doesn't cover the whole state, or he won't go to Savannah. And we don't charge extra for that. That's just standard. We just do it. Okay, I'm not going to make any money, but it's helping you out and getting to your clients. Okay. Oh, totally forgot. If you all have business cards, we're going to do a little giveaway real quick.
Oh, take them out, take them out.
If you got a card, you can jump in a little bucket. And then we'll do that real quick, and then I'll get out of your hair. I hope you all enjoyed the lunch today. It was a shrimp etouffee, not jambalaya. We did shrimp etouffee today. Of course, my cornbread souffle. For those of you at home, you missed out on my etouffee today. And then anything else y'all need, certainly let me know. I'm happy to help.
Can I keep that to announce the winner?
If you don't have a card with you, write it on the back of somebody else's. Yeah, write on a piece of paper, whatever you can. Does anybody have any questions for me while we're waiting? Any questions about? Yes.
One in the back of Corey.
You mentioned something. You mentioned sewer scope. Is there a particular age of home you would?
Yes.
That
Anything less than the 80s, 1980 or less, because they're going to have cast iron in there.
Okay.
And that's the problem: is water and iron don't mix. Okay. They crack. They break. Tree roots. If tree roots can move concrete, they can go through your plastic pipe, and they go through a cast iron pipe.
One
Yes.
of the issues that I've seen is that there's actually like either the sewer line is crooked or
Yep.
something, but that's underneath the house. And I know that the sewer scopes do not go underneath the house.
Yes, we do. We
Yes,
can.
you do?
Yeah, we can. Absolutely. We can go through a toilet. Basically, pull the toilet off the floor and go through there, and that way it goes through the entire house.
So
It
they
doesn't-
can, you just have to call a house call to do it.
Yeah. And normally I don't do, like, I only offer these services to agents. I don't, you're not gonna see a house call sign doing sewer scopes or radon, or I even do debris removal for the listings, because I can't get y'all to do any damn pre-listing inspections. So, I'm trying to get some business out of my listings, but, you know, we can do whatever you need to do. I mean, usually it's not a problem when we go through the outside, but we can go through the toilet. Yes.
How much is your pre-listing inspection
It's
on
the
a
same-
condo?
It's the same thing. Because we're doing the exact same report. And actually, I will tell you this. I can be a little rougher with your client than you can. If they've got orange paint in the kitchen, I'm going to say, Bob, this paint's got to go. You're not going to sell this house. Okay? I can be a little more rough around the edges with your client, because I know you don't want to offend them by saying, hey, can you get all the stuff off the wall, the Liberace stuff off the wall? But, you know, and I know you have a hard time with that, but it's the same price because we're doing the exact same things.
We'll play good cop, bad cop.
That's correct.
Love that.
Perfect.
Can we
Okay.
give them some love and say thank you?
For you, July.
And the winner is?
Dear John. Steven.
Woo!
You already have it. Did I have them both?
Stephen D. Yeah, come on.
Where's the other one? Okay. Here, put that back in. Okay. All right. Thank you all very much. I'm happy to help. Anybody who needs my help, I'm happy to help.
Thank you so much. All right, and up next, let's bring down the Supreme Dream Team. Let's give them some love.
Alrighty.
Thank you. Bonjour.
Real quick before I forget, Nanette had mentioned FHA down or needing 8,500 I think in seller pays and maybe finding another angle to win. I do want to reiterate that we can close loans in 8 days, whether they're FHA or down payment assistance. So maybe speed is that angle. So just wanted to share that. And now Phil's going to give us a really intricate, in-depth explanation of the bond market. Thank you.
Thank you, Chewy. Thank you, Chewy. So everybody's voting for something, right? We're voting on the best Halloween door today.
Yes. Do we have slides of that?
Oh, yes. Fundamentals of Credits. Our CE class coming up November the 5th with Lisa Myers. It's live and in person. And we're doing a class after this, Mortgage 101 as well. If you'd like to stay for that class, please feel free to do so. An hour.
Yeah.
It's an hour. It's an hour. And we're doing also a special condo class. We're holding it for just the Rawls group up in our Alpharetta office. It's a 1.5 hour course. It is not a CE class, but it's 1.5 hours. And the young lady who runs our condo department that we rely on heavily will be teaching it for us. You know what? I'll check. I don't know. I mean, we wanted to host everybody, but it would make sense to have it on Zoom as well, for sure.
Good
Because some people don't want to drive to Alpharetta.
And so now for the fun.
And for the fun, let's do it. Take it away, guys.
All right. So a lot of y'all participated, and we appreciate that. It was super fun to watch and look at the different doors and feel festive. Courtesy of Supreme Lending, Campbell and Brandon, and McMichael and Gray, we have a cash prize for first place and second place. It's $100 for first, $50 for second place. And now to choose the winner, because we had a lot of, we put it on Facebook, and a lot of people liked the photos to determine the winner. A lot of them had exactly 7 likes, which was awesome. But now we get to do I'm thinking a great idea would be a decibel kind of barometer to determine who the ultimate winner is. So one by one, I want everyone to clap. If you like the door and think it's worthy of winning, clap for that door. That way we can kind of determine based on noise. So we'll start with door number 1. If you love door number 1. All right. How about door number 2? And I know that's 2 doors. The 4th floor kind of did some, collusion or collaboration. You name it. They work together, and so that's up the 4th floor. Let's hear it for door number 3. I love that. And door number 4. All right.
I think 1 and 3 we got to do.
All right.
Now here's we're gonna do. It's a runoff. There's 2 doors. You got to pick one. Oh, I just did that. You got to pick one. Is that okay? Because those are really similar.
You're indecisive, you know.
Okay, there's got to be a clear winner.
So between door number 1 and 3? Okay. So runoff. Door number 1.
I wonder whose door that was.
On door number 3. I think we found our winner. So first place, door number 3.
Congratulations, Jill, Corey,
Hey!
Woo! Down. You.
Here you go.
Let's get
Congratulations.
Let's get our dream team.
Come on in.
Thank you, Deanna. Y'all, the lovely Deanna. Thank you so much. I just hear a Wookiee. Okay, look at Deanna. 1, 2, 3.
One more. Okay, good.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Okay, in second place,
And second place,
door number 1.
It has to be Vanessa.
Vanessa.
You can throw this in your fanny pack.
Oh, yeah. Let's take it. Let's, Okay, 1, 2, 3. Awesome, congratulations. Love that. Shout out to Supreme for helping to keep our culture going and adding a little bit of fun for Halloween. I love that. And now we're going to bring up the lovely ladies of McMichael and Gray. Y'all, come on down. You know when you see that slide, you just make your way on down. Let's give McMichael and Gray some love. We got Davika and Abigail.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, Deanna almost tripped me coming up here, so it's fine.
But I got to give you a hard time because where's the costumes?
Tell her what we were gonna do.
We had 2 original plans, but I had a closing this morning, so
Oh, okay, we
you
get
know.
that. Well, we get that.
Yeah, I had to be a lawyer.
Wait, y'all were gonna dress as me and Madeline?
Yeah.
You totally should have done it. You know what? Tomorrow is Halloween.
Yep.
You get a chance to make it up to us. It's okay.
Yeah, no, we had a really cute.
I do. Shelly. All right, I love it. So
Thanks, Shelly.
We've got some slides for y'all too.
Yes, so we're sticking with the spooky theme. Also, I'm Davika. This is Abigail. We are with McMichael and Gray. Hello. So one thing that scares everybody is tax sales. And they're so fun. They're so great. We love them. Actually, we hate them. So what is a tax sale? Who has the clicker? Oh, there we go. All right. So basically, in an effort to collect some or all of the money owed on the property, the local tax commissioner will have a tax sale. So that means that they're going to, next step, what is the process?
Wait, will you explain that one more time?
Yeah.
What is a tax sale? And help us understand what that phrase means to you.
So a tax sale is basically when the tax commissioner is trying to recoup their funds if there's unpaid taxes on the property. So they're going to sell the property to get their money back. And it's usually when they hit a certain amount of taxes owed. So what they start with that is actually, I can kind of explain more on the next slide. There we go. So they're going to send out notices to the property owner saying, hey, this is how much you guys owe. We're about to start advertising your property to say that it can be purchased. They get 4 notices. Well, first they'll notify all the owners saying this is what you guys owe. If they don't hear back from them, they're going to start trying to recoup their funds, which means that they're going to start advertising it in the local newspaper. They get 4 weeks of that. If they still don't hear from the property owners, that's when they start the sale, and they'll start selling a sheriff's sale on the courthouse steps. And then basically at that sale, it's kind of like a foreclosure, but it's not the bank, it's the tax commissioner. So people can start bidding on them, and it can be anybody who's on there, and it can range. It can start from the amount of what the taxes are owed, and it can go up just depending on how many people are interested in the property. There's once you purchase it, though, it's not over. You don't own the property because there's a lot that you have to do after that. And that's where the scary part comes in. So just because you've purchased it, great. But however, you cannot just go in and take possession. You have 1 year of a right of redemption, which means that you have to let the owner, the previous owner, come back and they can purchase it from you again. They have to pay interest, penalties, and of course, however much you paid to purchase the property. So let's say the year goes by, no property owner comes back. They haven't tried to get the property back. Then you still have to take more steps. At that point, you can either you can foreclose on the right of redemption or file for quiet title. Neither of these are quick processes. They take some time. So as soon as that year goes up, if you have a client that you know purchased a property at a tax sale, you're going to want to go ahead and get them with an attorney who can help file the quiet title action. And then once that's done, then they can sell the property or take possession of it.
Can I ask you a quick question? So you had mentioned that like somebody could go and purchase it, right? And then they've got that year. So let's say 10 months go by, and then they've got that right, and they come back and they decide that they do want to buy it and can buy it. Are you only able to sell it for what you paid for it, or can it be subject to where the market is? So factoring in appreciation or anything like that?
No, it's just interest and penalties.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Just curious. On that.
No, that'd be nice.
Well, you never know if that's like an investor dream
No.
over there to go pick these properties up
Yeah.
and then flip them around.
After that year though is up, then yes.
Then you
but
can.
that
But
1
they've
year
got
it
that
has to
year.
be that right of redemption.
Okay.
Yeah, it has. That's the price that they paid for plus any interest and penalties. So they kind of get that little bit of a break.
Do you need to evict the people who are still in the house?
Yeah, they no longer own the house.
But then you have to go through the process of evicting them, which means you need to go to the court.
The sheriff
and
and and normally the sheriff will already kind of start that process because they've already tried. It's a sheriff sale, so because the sheriff is the one that owns the property at that point, and then they're selling it to the person who's purchasing on the courthouse steps. So they've already usually started that process of kicking them out.
So basically, it's owned by the sheriff for that year until the year is passed?
No, so the new owner who purchases it on the courthouse steps is the owner, but they can't take possession nor can they sell the property.
For what year?
It just sits for a year.
It sits for a year,
Yeah.
and then after the year, that's when you can start either doing the right of redemption or the quiet title, and then you can sell it. So it's not a quick process by any means.
It's because the real owners have a year
Correct.
to pay
Oh,
the taxes back
Right.
to the fake owner, which is the real owner.
Fake owner.
Yes.
Yes.
Owner.
temporary owner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Temporary owner. And that's why they have and what is it called?
The right of redemption.
Yeah, but the extra. So there's the amount that they paid for the
Mhm.
tax.
The interest
they
and
have to pay,
penalties.
and then there's the penalties and stuff. So
Yeah.
let's say it was $3,500, and then they want to sell it for $4,500, make an extra $1,000 or something, whatever the interest.
Interest in the penalty. Yeah. So and it's based on it's a state interest rate and the penalties that they
And
tack
they're
on there.
hoping that person doesn't pay it, so then they can have it at the end of the year.
Right. All right. So that's just a quick things to remember of why they can't take possession. So thanks, Deanna.
So I've done flips before in DeKalb County. Theirs is 2 years and it's 20%. So if somebody buys the tax house for let's say $100,000, you have to pay back $120,000 to get the house back. It's a 20% tag, so you should be careful with that.
Yeah, and it's different depending on yeah. Yep. Cool.
Super
So-
quick.
Awesome.
do
well,
our-
let's give them some love.
Oh, wait,
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yes, in front of you in your November handout,
Calendars.
calendars, that's the word. If you want to attend this mastermind on November 6th, there's a place to scan it there with Mark King. It's at yes. I've never been, but yes, I've heard.
Masterminds are great.
Yep, I've
Yeah,
heard that.
so I will tell y'all actually. So the
Mhm.
mastermind is happening at the same time as team meeting next week. And here's the thing, Mark King,
Yeah.
who was formerly the president of our company, who's still with our company, he's phenomenal, specializes in wealth building. He does weekly calls. He and his wife do retreats. They are amazing. So we are actually, instead of team meeting, we're inviting you all to come because we do not want to miss this opportunity. So, but here's the thing I will tell you, because I've been to all the other masterminds. You see that QR code? You are going to want to scan it and RSVP today because when it closes, it closes.
Yeah.
And there's only so much pull that we have once it closes. So seriously, I'm going to tell you right now, if you were planning on coming to team meeting, and y'all, I get it, it is a little bit of a drive, and it's totally worth it. And you're going to have agents not just from First Atlanta and not even just from Keller Williams. You're going to have agents from all over this industry. It's a great opportunity to network. And I promise you, you will not be upset with the investment you make learning from Mark King. Deanna, did you have something?
Yeah, I think lunch is provided that day.
Yeah, great call.
Get there early. And it's free. It's
Yeah.
a huge banquet facility in Atlanta Athletic Club.
And there's
It's a
no
huge
cost.
So
Yeah, I will be there. Deanna will be there. Our top agents in ALC go to every one of these. Y'all, is a really, really good investment of your time. And so no team meeting next week because we're going to see everybody at the mastermind.
What she said.
Thank you so much. Love that. All right. So now one of my favorites, and I'm going to ask you to dig into the archives, and there could be something that's happened in the past year, because yes, this market is pretty scary. It is pretty spooky. But I want to hear from you, and I'm going to ask our closing attorneys. Lee, I feel like you got a couple of these in your back pocket. I feel like you got some spooky stories for us, as we'll chuckle. I want to hear from you. I do remember, and I think it was a couple years ago, pretty sure there was a story that we've now called Freezer Baby. That should tell you everything that you need to know. So who has got a spooky story for us? And if there's no one, Lee, I'm coming to you first because I know you got one. All right, so who's got a spooky real estate story that they want to tell us? Something weird you saw in a house, a transaction that went weird, a haunted house? What you got? Ooh, Vanessa, and then we're going to go to Lee.
This was when the market, like 2010, I was doing a commercial restaurant in Midtown, and it was actually for my mom. And we walked into the back of the building. It had a lockbox, like a combo lockbox on it. Walked through the back, which was like a patio, an enclosed patio. And I'm talking to my mom, like, come on, Mom, keep up, keep up. And then I turn around, and have you guys ever seen, what's the one with Sigourney Weaver? Aliens? You know when she's in the middle and she turns around and there are all those like aliens everywhere, the alien pods? I turned around and it was all homeless people strung out on the floor. And I was like, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. Yeah.
Thank you. Lee, do you need some time? We can go to Arissa and then come back to you. Let's hear what you got. I love a good first year in the business spooky story. Let's hear it.
Okay, so this is not real estate, but those who know me know I come from property management, multifamily, super spooky. So I could probably go on and on, but the number one story that came to mind was we actually had a resident, they were roommates, and he came up into the leasing office and he was just giving us like a work order, like a random work order. And he's like, yeah, are you guys gonna come pick up my roommate? And we were like, what are you talking about? He was like, yeah, his body is decomposing. And we're like, what? And his roommate had been dead in the apartment for like 3 weeks, like 2 to 3 weeks. And the roommate was just walking past him like nothing was happening. And we were like, did you call the police? Like, we're just a leasing office. Like, so we had to call the police. It was a whole thing. But yeah, y'all, that was my spooky story.
Oh my God, yeah. I'm pretty sure you're going to win. We're going to vote on a winner. I think we're coming to you. Holy. That is like a movie waiting to happen. Can I tell you, Arissa, of all the ways that I thought that was going to go, that was definitely not what I thought you were about to say. And I'm pretty sure that just topped Freezer Baby. Oh my gosh. Okay, Lee, what you got?
So if those of you who were at our Reels class last week may have heard this story, but I'll tell it again for those of you who weren't there. And by the way, we are having it again it's the 7th. November 7th, at Sandy Springs Tap House. We've just opened it up for more folks. So there was a wait list. We just opened it up next Thursday, the 7th. Join it. It's a great, great show, and you may hear the story again, but I'm going to tell it because it's a scary story. So husband and wife, am I on the speaker? So husband and wife own a house in Buckhead. This is back in the 90s.
Yeah, come on up. Let them
back in the 90s, they owned the house in Buckhead. Sadly, they owned it as joint tenants with rights for survivorship. Sadly, the wife passes away. So the wife passes away, the title goes automatically to the husband upon her death. Husband sells the house gets sold again. Fast forward to about 2010, husband's remarried, and wife number 2 dies. Husband is arrested for her murder. As part of that investigation, he admitted to the murder of wife number 1.
No.
There was nothing suspicious about the cause of her death. So,
because he's a pro.
He's a pro. He's a pro. He's good at it. And that person's me. Ah! Scary. That used to work with my kids. So Georgia has what's called a slayer statute, which basically means you cannot inherit property if you kill the co-owner. So the property, right?
Well,
it's
that
kind of a
makes
no-brainer,
sense.
right? But so what happened was, retroactively, his wife number one's estate all of a sudden has a 1/2 interest in the house that's been sold twice since then. So the person who was trying to sell her house now owns half the house, and wife number one's estate owns the other half. Luckily, everybody had title insurance along the way. The title insurance company ended up negotiating with the wife number one's estate, who not only are dealing with the fact that she was murdered, to the tune of a few $100,000. So the wife number one's estate gets paid a few $100,000. Woman gets to sell, the seller gets to sell the house, and everybody lives kind of sort of happily ever. Next year, I'll tell you about wife number and husband is up. He's up for parole tomorrow. He lives in Sandy Springs.
And it's
Be careful
still
for
you.
be careful for your candy.
Oh man! All right, we're gonna vote. Any other spooky stories that anybody wants to share? Who's got a spooky story? All right, we're gonna vote. We're gonna do it again by sound. We got story number 1. That was Vanessa. Story number 2 is Arissa, and story number 3 is with Lee. If number 1 was your favorite story, let me hear you. All right, if story number 2 is your favorite, let me hear you. And if story number 3 is your favorite, let me hear you. I think we got a very clear winner. Congratulations. I can't. 3 weeks decompose. That smells. How do you not? I don't even know. Okay. Man. All right. Well, have we had some fun today so far? Yes. We got a little bit more fun to come because it is officially time for a costume contest. So if you have got a costume, come on down because we're going to vote on our favorite costumes. Y'all come on down. I got a blind mouse over here. Come on down. We got to help her out. All right, come on down. I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to say their name and what their costume is. If it's not clear, shame on you. And ready? Oh, let's get everybody. Come on down. Come on. Take your time, princess. All right. Okay. Now, here's the thing. As they go, right, I want to hear you because they're only going to get one shot to win. So whoever gets the most amount of noise, that's going to be our winner. So, number 1, Steven, and you are a?
This year has been bananas.
I am Indiana Loans.
So this one day I went out hiking.
I'm blind mice number 3, and I'm looking for my bros.
I'm a scarecrow.
I'm a witch.
Emily in Paris. I'm a larger version of her, though.
Okay, so it's pretty close, actually. We're going to get Emily, and we're going to get Bananas over here. The rest of you, thank you so much. Grab a seat. All right, we're going to vote between the 2 of them. Y'all, that's where we got the loudest reaction in this room. So, if Emily in Paris is your favorite costume, let me hear you. And if Mr. Bananas is your favorite, let me hear you. Congratulations, Steven! Officially the winner of this year's Halloween costume contest. Yeah, they do. All right, now here's the thing. I'm so glad that you joined us. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in the fun, dressing up. We're so excited. We hope you have a very safe and happy Halloween. We will be here tomorrow. If you want to bring your little ones to trick or treat, you can. Just a reminder that we don't have team meeting next week. We will be at the Mark King Mastermind. Make sure you RSVP today. And I hope everyone has a phenomenal Wednesday and an amazing weekend. Thanks, everybody, for coming.